The faith walk requires absolutes, saying yes to the promises and plans of God for your life, and saying no to anything that would hinder, delay, or remove you from receiving what God has promised. The scriptures tell us that Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him as righteousness. When you read the story of Abraham, a lot of things happened between God's promise to give him a son and the manifestation of that promise. Yet, Romans 4 reads this way: Abraham never wavered in believing God's promises. In fact, his faith grew stronger, and in this he brought glory to God. He was fully convinced that God is able to do whatever he promises. Joshua and Caleb were like that. They were the victims of other people's unbelief, which caused them to have to wait 40 years before they could inherit the promise of God. Yet during those times, they never wavered. God said Caleb maintained a different attitude, and he was rewarded for it. But because my servant Caleb has a different spirit and follows me wholeheartedly, I will bring him into the land he went to, and his descendants will inherit it. Joshua so pursued God while Moses was alive. He was God's choice to lead the children of Israel to the promised land. God promised these words, and he set them over Joshua. No one will be able to stand against you as long as you live, for I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not fail you or abandon you. The faith walk requires that you stay true to God's promises, even when they're delayed and you are bombarded with challenges because of your stance. These men that we just talked about reap the benefits of God's plan for their lives because they dared to trust and believe God would be true and faithful to his word to them. Be encouraged. Though the faith walk is not always easygoing, the rewards of the manifestation of God's promise is well worth the wait. The Apostle Paul put it this way: let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm, for God can be trusted to keep his promises.